I'm not here to make any friends. The process is not personal, it's business.
Lord Sugar is on the lookout for a brand new business partner.
It is a very competitive situation. I need to see who's got a good business brain.
Fighting it out for his funding. 18 aspiring tycoons.
Not one of you geniuses ran this thing properly. I feel so angry. You're coming across a bit thick.
At stake, £250,000 and a 50-50 deal with a business heavyweight.
Your best hope for 250 grand is to buy yourself a scratch card.
Mom, we've got no time to live.
It's an investment worth fighting for.
Why are you lying then? We've just had that here.
Just bear with me a minute.
I'm having this conversation with her.
18 candidates.
If you don't think that what's going to happen is effective, you've got to tell her. I said it, tell her.
12 testing weeks.
This is getting really childish now.
If I was a project manager, I'd be trying to motivate my team.
So that's not cool, that's not cool.
One life-changing opportunity.
You're fired. You're fired. You are a loose cannon. You're fired.
Previously on The Apprentice.
Your task is very simple. Pick the right boating products and sell them.
Captain Karthik
I've got zero experience.
struggled to steer the ship.
Somebody has to take a call. I'll take a call.
And sailed his crew
We're trout for you. If you have a jet ski or a boat, you're a lucky person because we've got a deal for you.
into troubled waters.
Are you into water sports at all?
No.
Or weather jet skis.
It's a bit cold for me today.
On the other team, after 6 losses in a row,
Say it back to me.
30 miles an hour, which is
32 miles an
equivalent.
hour.
Francis ran a tight ship.
No over talking each
No,
other,
not
right?
at all, not at all.
Jessica's sales technique was fishy,
You can't lie to anyone about anything.
I'm all right about anything.
No, you can't lie.
but in the boardroom, they cruised to victory.
You gave them a proper kick right up the jet ski, didn't you? That's a massive win.
Karthik struggled to stay afloat
Give me a laptop, I'll make you $1 billion company.
What?
and was thrown overboard.
You've been a diabolical project manager. You're fired.
Dylan got that sinking feeling,
You spent all of your time setting up a nice stall.
I absolutely wanted to impress you, Lord Sugar.
but it was Samuel
You have a total disregard for being told what to do.
who became the 8th casualty of the boardroom.
You're fired.
Now 9 remain to fight for the chance to become Lord Sugar's business partner. "5 a.m.
Good morning. Lord Sugar would like you to meet him at the National Portrait Gallery. The cars will be leaving in 20 minutes.
National Portrait Gallery in 20 minutes.
Gonna put your face on canvas, mate.
I got no chat this morning.
Oh, week 8. Time to get up.
So the curse of Nebula's finally been broken. Just took me as project manager to do that. It's nice the power.
I definitely want a PM.
I want to do it.
Drawing in over 2 million punters a year, one of London's most celebrated attractions, and filled with old masters.
Sugar.
Well, here we are in the National Portrait Gallery. This is a great institution where the public come free of charge, but this location now hosts evening events to generate extra revenue. So with this in mind, your task this week is all to do with running an event at a famous London attraction, Titans. The venue I've chosen for you is the London Aquarium. And Nebula, the venue I've chosen for you is Madame Tussauds. You need to sell tickets, book entertainment and organise food and drink. Let me give you one bit of warning though. The customers have the right to say whether they felt it was good value for money, and some of them might demand a refund. I will be judging the winner based on the profit that you make, and in the losing team, at least one of you will be fired. Is everything clear?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Well, good luck. Off you go.
Many attractions now open their doors at night. It's a crowded market, but do it right, and there's a handsome profit to be made.
So how does everyone feel about the task?
It's an exciting one.
Tomorrow, teams host their events.
I wouldn't mind putting myself forward for PM.
Yeah, so would I.
Today, both need leaders.
I've done events before, which included organising food, catering.
Yeah, I've run a paid New Year's event. I used to run nightclub events.
I think I'm confident with Paul.
Yeah, if everyone's all right with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Francis, you're going to work with me.
Yeah, I like working with you. Really like working with you.
And Jessica, I'd like you to be my sub-team PM.
Okay.
And what I want to see from you is like organising these guys into what you want, you know.
Okay, cool.
No arguing. Jessica, you've got to be firm.
Heading up the other team,
Courtney Grania on Team B.
Art Director Dylan.
I would like you to sub-team lead, Courtney.
First job, pick a party theme.
I've had an idea. As it's an aquarium, I think maybe we could do some form of dating.
Really?
Along the idea that there's plenty more fish in the sea.
What happens to the 50% of the people that have got partners? I just think it's limiting us.
Personally, I was thinking Fantasy Island team, underwater, fun. I think it appeals to a lot of people and it works for the aquarium.
That makes sense.
Next, entertainment.
I like the mermaid performer. It ties in with the Fantasy Island theme.
Like I've seen this here online before, and it's eye-catching.
Let's book the mermaid. Okay.
I've been to innumerable events where actually the reason that we go is because they lay on the fun casino.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly suited.
Yeah.
Entertainment's agreed. Next,
I think we need to look at how much we're selling these tickets for.
roll the dice on a ticket price.
What's the admission to Madame Tussauds? Does anyone know that?
$47.50, I think.
I don't think it's that expensive.
It is quite expensive, you know. It is. We've got to work out the price of our ticket for our event.
Yeah.
It's a casino night.
Hot food and drink options.
Yeah, we're not going to be charged for the hot food.
Where I'm thinking at the moment is around £65.
I think the team got a little bit carried away with the excitement of this task.
We're not putting on like a main meal. It's canapes, right?
We've got canapes and we've got hot food, haven't we?
Some of them are saying hot food is included in the ticket price, but it isn't.
So we're confident. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good? All right, brilliant. Let's get on with it.
So it's ended up with me not being quite sure about what they're doing, and for sure they don't know.
Let's go.
10 a.m. Teams divide. Half head off to sell tickets. For the rest, party planning.
Let me just chuck some figs at you.
Already rethinking his ticket prices, project manager Paul.
I'm thinking a full price ticket could be £50.
Exactly what I got
Yeah.
here, Paul. I really enjoy working with you.
I'm easy to work with.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Jess. Full ticket price will be £50. If you get a
table of 8, we drop the ticket price
to £45.
I'm going to be clear now. If you fail to sell the tickets, it's on you lot.
Alright, cheers.
The brainstorm was pointless when they've got in the car and thought, actually, we'll just take it down 15 quid.
Hi there. Hi there, James, catering manager.
With their ticket price including a welcome drink and canapés.
Spicy food now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
One of the ways teams can boost profits, select a main course to sell to their guests.
Nice flavour, it's a really nice dish.
So this would be a beef burger?
Wow.
Let's try.
So like a little married couple with you.
Let's go with that then.
Lunchtime in the city. Targeting ticket sales to office workers, Paul's sub-team.
So we're going to have blackjack tables, roulette tables.
A glass of Prosecco on arrival.
Serving up a tasty pitch, Jessica.
2 sets of canapes, and you've got all hot food there as well.
Additional purchase, right?
No, that's all included, yeah.
Oh, the hot food's included?
Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
It really is going to be an event that you won't want to miss. Should you want to go for that?
I'm not interested.
Okay.
It is going to be an amazing night, believe me.
Struggling to sell at full price, sales executive Sofiane.
I buy 35.
We're not able to do 35, I'm really sorry.
I'll tell you what, if you could get a group booking of 12, we'll do the £35. Yeah?
You've potentially got a lot of takers if you do it for 35.
We can't go to 35, that's impossible, yeah.
I think Jen, right?
That's £35, please. Brilliant, thank you.
So what are we doing here in terms of pricing?
We're going to go down to 35. Yes?
For how many bookings?
14.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What's the minimum booking you want for that price?
Yeah, 35.
Right, no, the minimum
Well,
comes...
this is it's a booking of 14. Can I touch in a minute about it?
Right,
You
okay.
consent.
Yeah,
Thanks,
right,
Doc.
okay.
So that's 35 altogether.
Sorry, what are you looking at going down again on price? Or?
No, so it's been in a minute. You should come and then brilliant. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's £70, please, Susie.
A mile away, tasked with reeling in buyers for Dylan's do.
We're just hoping to speak to someone about the social event that we're putting on.
Grania and Courtney.
CEO sitting just over there. Hello, how are you?
We're putting on a deep sea extravaganza tomorrow evening. Do you think it would be of interest to yourself?
Good question.
What about £50?
The show is amazing. We've got a mermaid, so she swims in the tank, but she can hold her breath and do this dancing underneath the water for like minutes upon minutes. So it is actually very breathtaking performance, and it's something that you'll always remember.
Sounds fun. I'll buy some tickets.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Peter.
Well done.
Perfect.
The approach of trying to speak to the decision makers, yeah, it seems like it's going really well. Smashed it. We've sold 30 tickets, £50, that's 1,500 quid in the bank before lunch on day one.
South London. Meeting their entertainment. Alana and Dylan.
Hi, nice to meet you. There's something fishy going on here, but I'm not quite sure. So I'd love to see some of your performance, if that was possible.
Yeah,
what's involved? Cool. Yeah, cool, great, thank you. actually thinking of dressing up like a sailor, so if that's any use to you. The mermaids are amazing, so I'm super excited I get to be a sailor singing with a mermaid. I mean, what better way to spend an evening?
'Cause her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale. Seeing the entertainment, it's maybe a little bit worrying as to what we're offering, but my plan is give them more complimentary drinks and more food.
I only like the upper part.
I did not like the tail.
Baker Street, home of the world-famous waxworks.
It's crazy.
Sizing up the venue.
It's not that big. Is it working for me?
Yeah, you can work that.
Project manager Paul.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Gareth.
I'm Francis. Can you advise me on sort of some pricing points that you've done in terms of just an entry price?
It completely depends on the style of event as to what people will pay for. Anywhere between £23 and £39.
I think we've been absolutely overestimated the ticket price. So should
Right.
we give them a call?
I'm going to give them a call.
Yeah.
Maybe this room. Hi, Paul.
Okay, so basically we went to a group booking
of £40 each. But then the lady brought 4 more people and she said, look, can you do 35? I said, I can't, we can do 40. She said, can you do 35? I said, yeah, do you know what? We'll just do 35.
If you slow down a minute,
We've actually spoken.
Yeah.
We're going to have to reduce our ticket pricing.
£35 for me works.
Okay, so they've got the 1 drink on arrival, the 2 canapes and the hot food, haven't they?
No, they've not got the hot food. They've got to pay for the hot food.
No, they've got to pay for the hot food.
They've got to pay for the hot food.
There's hot food available, but it's to purchase.
Bye. I don't think any of us had the right information when we went there for exactly... Like, I assumed that this was a sit-down meal because Paul wanted to charge 65 quid.
I think we need to use the wording, you have access to the food, as opposed to saying you're not going to get hot food.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Let's just keep it really light-hearted.
On the south bank of the Thames.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, I'm Sam.
One of the largest collections of marine life in Europe.
My vision for dressing the event is to have kind of a sparkly grotto feeling, but if you had any props that like anchors, treasure chests.
Well, all the theming we have is actually in situ already, so what you see is what you get.
Great.
Dylan is clearly very creative and very arty, and all he's focusing on is dressing the room and what are the props.
I noticed the screens dotted around the place. Can we play visuals of under the water to just dress it a little bit more? Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a chance to get to grips with the practicalities of their venue.
So this is the ocean tunnel.
Is there any extra lighting?
He's lucky he's got Alana because she's focusing on the business.
So extra furniture through there?
Oh, you're behind, backstage is there.
Awesome. Perfect.
5 p.m.
Hi, Paul.
Hiya, Jess. Let me just give
You the new pricing structure.
So the full price ticket,
Yeah?
£28,
Pounds
and table of 8
plus is £22.
a ticket.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks, Paul. Have a good day. Bye, Francis.
I really do need to know where they got this hot food was included.
I hate the idea that you have to constantly spoon feed people.
I might switch you into that team to sort it out tomorrow.
Jessica might get a little bit annoyed that you've moved me over.
It's not up to Jessica, it's up to me, it's my decision to make.
Okay, that's fine. That is, do you know what, Paul? I think that me and you were on the same page.
We've gone from 65 in the brainstorm down to 22. It's less than half.
No,
So by the time this day is finished, we're selling them for £5.
I think we should try and sell some pancakes.
For both teams, final push of the day.
Drum roll, please.
Excuse me, madam. May I ask what you're doing tomorrow night?
Sorry, would you be interested in an event? That's a no then.
Calling sick?
No way.
A lot of people seem to be getting off here and don't want to speak.
Yeah.
They're running for trains.
I'm just going home.
Oh, okay.
If the majority of you come, we'll do the tickets for £22 each. Who are we signing up?
3 more tickets. Excellent.
£22.
Paul's price drop is quite farcical. The team have to buy Prosecco, they have to buy the cold canopies. It will be a miracle if they can make a good enough margin on the prices that they're selling at.
I'll tell you what I'll do, okay? I'm going to get in trouble probably for this. £21, you guys happy? Yeah? Brilliant.
For Grania and Courtney,
How are you?
Good.
last appointment.
Tomorrow night, she's like doing a full performance in the tank, underwater, holding her breath for minutes upon minutes.
I'll definitely go if...
I think a couple of the boys should gather up together and come.
I think...
Just answer quickly.
Hello?
Hi. Listen, we went to the aquarium.
Where you can see all the fish swimming around.
So we don't...
Yeah, Dylan.
That's all great, but I need information that's going to help me sell tickets now.
Have you seen the entertainment yet?
Yeah, she sings and interacts with the crowd, and she's dressed as a mermaid.
Is she not in the water?
Is she not in the water?
No.
That would have been helpful earlier.
Okay, we're gonna have to go.
Bye.
Cool.
Okay, they sound mildly pissed off, but anyway.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Courtney and Grania have been very big that the mermaid is in a tank, but the problem is she isn't in a tank. And a mermaid, not in water, is just a woman in a costume.
We just carry on selling it, but without mentioning that bit.
Guys, can I have your attention just for 2 minutes? You're going to get your experience in the aquarium, the games, the singing. It's going to be a good evening, guys. I promise you that. So does it interest anybody?
4 tickets, yeah?
I'm playing cricket tomorrow. Yeah, good day.
We've sold 54 tickets. We sold that amount by halfway through the day. It seems like we got off to a fantastic start. I just wish it had gone better later this afternoon.
Back at the house,
We should just add a few extra of things.
ordering drinks and canapé ingredients,
5 of those, 8 of those.
Dylan and Alana splash the cash.
Will we just go 36 bottles then?
Yeah.
Having enough drink there is a good option, so there's no refunds.
Yeah.
Across the hall,
So an own brand version of the Prosecco.
Paul and Francis.
If we sell out, we've got to do
300 canapes. Can we call the other
Should
team?
we call the
and
other
see what
team?
we see? Hi, Paul.
Tell me exactly what you've sold. I need numbers because we've got to go and spend money now.
What you've generated.
We've sold 60 tickets.
17 of them £35, the rest for 22. It will stop being sold 6 at £21.
All right, we're going to have to talk about that after.
Listen, we're going to love you and leave you.
Cheers, bye.
£21. I mean,
What happened to 28? They've just killed us.
I'm really disappointed. They've sold as many tickets as they can at the bottom basic price. So to say that I'm angry at the moment is probably a bit of an understatement. We need the food to come in quite cheap.
This is where the mama meal will come out, and I will make sure presentation's good. Okay, Paul?
Smoked salmon and cream cheese, cucumber bites.
You can just take the smoked salmon out of that and just put cream cheese and cucumber bites.
What else? We do bruschetta.
Do you know, to even lower the price on that, serve them on crackers? Because then you can call it bruschetta bites.
Bruschetta bites. Bloody hell. It's a joke.
It's all because of what they've done.
I want Jessica out.
I think you've got 3 strong people on that team, but I don't think anyone's a natural leader like me and you.
Tomorrow they're getting it.
10 a.m. Tonight, both teams host their events.
Good morning, guys.
First, for Dylan's team,
You mentioned there was a problem about selling the mermaid.
a debrief.
We told them that this performance was mind-blowing and breathtaking and that she's in the tank.
Yeah, no, it's
Should
more of a
hurry.
comedy act.
I don't think it's more of a
Are
comedy.
you laughing at her or with her?
with. So from going forward, okay, you've got 3 canopies. Okay.
Sorry, I just want to continue talking about the mermaid because I think it was very negative, and what we need to focus on is that the entertainment is actually good. If everyone has a fun night, they're going to forget about this tank. Let's not even bring it up. So, do you guys want to tell me about ticket sales?
We sold 54 tickets throughout the day.
We have 46 to get rid of. I think that's doable this morning.
Especially because you're going to be dressed up as well. You're going to be dressed as a mermaid, and you're going to be dressed as a pirate, and you're going to be like full of energy.
Right, guys.
For Paul's team, a reshuffle.
I'm going to switch Frances into your team. So Frances is going to be sub-PM today. I trust her. I know she's going to make the right decisions.
To be honest, I'm a bit annoyed that you've taken me off sub-team leader.
That's fine, but that's my decision.
I know,
I understand
I'll
that.
support Francis, but I'm pissed off.
Granted, I know that, but at the end of the day, be adult about it. It's not hard, yeah?
There should have been a discussion about it, because otherwise, like, everything's come as a shock, rather than saying, oh, this is what I'm thinking about doing it. When you're a leader, you lead by example.
No, I get that completely. I'd feel the same if I was in your position.
Lunchtime.
Seriously, Grania. What a treat. What a treat today is.
Treat.
A final chance to lure customers.
Are you interested? You want to come up?
No, thank you.
And maximise their ticket sales
It's a mermaid!
outside the venues.
Ahoy there.
Got Prosecco, access to a nice hot meal.
Do you want to sign up?
Fantastic. It's absolutely an amazing event. We've got a fun casino where you get to play blackjack, Russian roulette.
Champagne, canapes. It will be fun. Get drunk with the fishes. Is that something of interest to you?
Entertainment in
We would go if we didn't have the plane to catch.
Why are the odds against us, Grania?
This is not funny, Courtney.
Waddle, waddle.
In the kitchen,
ready to rock and roll.
Okay, so grab the cocktail sticks.
crafting canapé creations.
Not ideal, sorry.
Oopsies.
The project managers.
This is it. These are all the ingredients.
This is all we've got. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah?
I might make a few more of these rolls just to be on the safe side.
We have 150 of these chocolate squares.
They're making about the right number for 100 guests. The problem is they've only sold 54 tickets. So the guests are going to have a lot of canapes, which means that I don't think they'll be selling much hot food.
That should make us 150, which is perfect.
They're 13 millimetres high.
Roughly, mate, yeah.
So what is it?
And this is a cucumber and cream cheese bite.
Yeah. So basically, there's no salmon in the...
Couldn't afford the salmon.
What's that cracker then?
It's a bruschetta bite, so it's a play on the bruschetta.
A cracker bite, really.
For me, the vision of a night with the stars is something rather exciting. The food certainly would be perhaps caviar, oysters, smoked salmon. I wouldn't expect to have a cream cracker with a bit of tomato on it.
I'm sure they say that all the best cooks in the world are men. I'm sure they say that.
I think if you had the girls up here, they'll be shouting at each other.
Oh.
Jessica, she's a lovely girl, but she didn't really take control.
The thing is, we're all grown adults. She'd best not be stroppy and all that, because I don't want to hear about it.
Hello! Come here, let me talk to you both. Come on!
An extra way of topping up takings at the event. Paid VIP tours run by the teams.
So this is where you'll begin your tour.
Sure.
Thankfully our starfish are showing off their tube feet nicely.
Courtney gets a crash course in sea creatures.
Their mouths are just in the middle here.
Yeah. Is there any other interesting things to know about that?
While at the waxworks,
Any figure can take 4 months to make.
Yeah.
Trishna takes in the facts about the figures.
Each hair is individually inserted strand by strand.
Eyebrows and eyelashes.
You're an expert already.
5:30 p.m. Half an hour until the events begin.
And you're going to be bringing the canapes into the entrance area. You're going to be dealing with hot food.
Paul, just had a little accident, hold on.
You can't serve that.
Yeah, it's gone.
2 minutes, so.
Are you right?
Just conscious that this room isn't dressed enough yet.
We've got 15 minutes.
You don't. Your first guests have arrived.
We've got no minutes, so quick as you can.
Oh, stressful.
And let's just make sure it's not looking cheap, and we're trying to add that chatty element now.
Six o'clock.
Oh my gosh, should we see Kim Kardashian over there?
At the Waxworks, doors open to their 75 A-list guests.
Gosh, they look gorgeous.
Landlocked outside the aquarium, Captain Dillon's 58 passengers.
How difficult is it to move this table now?
Oh, pretty difficult.
I think it's better to just get people in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Showtime. Ladies, welcome to our underwater adventure. I'm your captain for this evening. These are our mermaid salsa seashells, and these are our prosciutto seashells.
Included in their ticket price, 400 complimentary canapes.
These are really tasty, they're my fave. Did you have some already?
Making the rounds at the Waxworks,
I'm fine for now, thank you.
200 money-saving snacks, courtesy of Francis.
Have you had anything like this before? Very unique. Thank you, thank you.
The canapes were a disaster. I think the crackers were a bit of a miss, and I think pretty well all the stuff went back to the kitchen.
Back at the aquarium.
So here we are with our main attraction, some mermaids.
Attempting to hook 15 customers for their VIP voyage.
With the tour, it's £25.
Grania and Courtney.
That's for you, sweetheart.
Was it 5 tickets you said?
5 tickets. How many tickets we sold?
15.
11.
We only got 15 spaces.
Okay, what's up?
Right, we've got a small problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've sold 15 tickets for the tour.
Okay.
Grania sold 13.
Okay, great.
So
not great.
there's only 15 allowed.
Okay, you're going to have to work out how to get that down to 15.
Okay.
Okay?
Bad news. We've oversold on the tour, so I can offer you a full refund.
Didn't you said 6?
6 what?
6 people.
People.
Yeah.
No, it was 5.
Why have I got 6 witches then?
Tell me that.
I'm doing this all wrong. I have 6. I have 5 in mine.
What?
Yeah.
Grania didn't seem to grasp the situation at all. Firstly, she oversold, then she over-refunded. It was a bit of a disaster.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On the other team,
So we'll take you through over here if you just follow me.
Trishna takes her VIPs celeb spotting.
The actual waxwork itself takes 4 months. The hair is individually inserted strand by strand, as well as the eyelashes and the eyebrows.
Trishna was faultless.
They do around 200 measurements from every single angle.
That woman has got a photographic memory that I would love to have. It was a very, very successful tour.
On the South Bank, tour guide Courtney takes the plunge.
Well, first of all, thank you ever so much. As you can see, we're in a special room here in the aquarium. So, I'm sure everyone knows what these are.
Yeah.
The tentacles is the part which actually stings you.
I'm not sure Courtney is the right host. He's a little bit low energy, he's a little bit disinterested in the whole process, and he's not much of a showman.
They're all moving around in a circular motion. That's due to the pump in the tank.
Guys, the burgers and hot food's ready if you want to make your way up to the counter.
The other vital money spinner for both teams,
It's £11.50.
hot food.
And the first 20 people get a free glass of bubbly.
But for Dylan,
No, not that hungry.
tacos not shifting.
Hot food. We sold one. Let's drop it down to 9. Ladies and gentlemen, the hot food has been reduced to £9, and the first 20 patrons will receive a glass of Prosecco.
Hot food's being served if anyone's interested. Not for free, unfortunately.
On Paul's team,
That's what you told me. I've only had a Jacob's cracker.
a food fight.
I do apologise for the miscommunication, but he said there was
Who told you? One of the girls?
One of the girls.
Okay. When you were sold the tickets by Jessica, you were sold on the basis you were getting free drinks, canapes and hot food. Is that categoric? Okay, fine. And did anyone else buy their tickets from Jessica? On what basis?
drink on the door and some
Food.
food.
Okay.
I remember the food.
Excuse me, sorry. I need you to explain what's going on. Everyone's saying that you sold them a ticket and you told them they were getting hot meals with their tickets. You sold the deal, canapes, drinks and hot meal.
Can I say something? They paid £35 for a ticket. Why don't we just give them some free hot food
Not as easy as that.
To be fair, can I just say
Just
something?
bear with me. Bear with me a minute,
Just talk to
please.
me.
Well, just stop talking when I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to explain to you. We're in a situation.
You're looking at this completely like the wrong way. You're trying to use whatever else was sold to cover it. It's not how you do business. It isn't how you do business. Look, we've got to go. I've got to get this sorted first.
Paul quite lost it with Jessica. It was quite unfair because she's not the only culprit. By all means, go somewhere private and have a good row if you need to. But in public, when you've got all your guests here, that's not the time, that's not the place, and it was pretty bad spectacle.
I'm going to be singing. Blow some bubbles. Create some atmosphere. Bubbles. Fish in town, my old man said to me, you can spend your life, your jolly life, just sailing on the sea. I love that girl with all my heart. I did not like the ugly part. I did not like the tail. Way!
I think this is perhaps one of the most disorganised events I've ever been to. It's sort of like a kids' party. There's face painting, there's games.
Come on, people, I have faith in you.
Dylan seems to be belle of the ball. People were smiling, he was certainly smiling, and I think he thoroughly enjoyed himself.
9:15 p.m.
You can always grab your food. It's there. It's not going to go anywhere.
To boost spirits and avoid refunds,
You've looked the smartest I've seen you tonight. You're fed, didn't you? Yes, I thought you was.
some of Paul's guests get their meals for free.
Has the evening taken a turn for the better or what? You happy? I hope you have a great night. Thank you.
All in black. All in black. We're having fun.
You're having fun. You're having fun.
10 p.m. For both teams, the party's over. Tomorrow, the boardroom.
You can go to the boardroom now.
So, this task was about putting on an event, and it was about you providing customer satisfaction, so the customer was happy. You had to raise your own money by selling tickets and then use that money to pay for the actual event. Yeah. So I'll start with Titans. We had the aquarium, in your case. Dylan, where do you start your thinking from?
We batted around a few ideas and eventually we rested on a fantasy island theme.
What was your entertainment?
We went with a mermaid.
This is the mermaid that didn't go into water.
Yes.
Right? So what did the mermaid do then in the end?
She sings. She has a very
singing mermaid.
Yeah.
How much did you think you were going to charge? Best case scenario.
We decided to aim high and go for £55.
You had day one selling tickets, right? You had a meeting at an office somewhere. You sold a few tickets there.
Yeah.
You didn't have any luck selling to the public, did you?
No, we decided to go to St Pancras because we thought there'd be tourists there that we could sell to. However...
Didn't sell any in the station, did you?
No, unfortunately not.
They were running from us.
You couldn't sell any tickets to the mermaid show. I wonder if you could have sold them many Oyster cards. All right, so tell me about the event. You two then were doing what?
So Alana decided that she was going to create bespoke canapes and we were going to physically make them together.
What you should know, Alan, is that in the end they made 400 canapes.
Yes,
which actually were very good. Yeah. So good that as a result you only sold one hot meal.
That is a valid point, but at that time I was also aware that these people had parted with potentially £50 or 55, so I was happier that the guests were satisfied and they didn't necessarily have to go out of further pocket.
I genuinely think people were happy.
I'd like to meet these people that thought this was a great event, sitting watching a mermaid singing.
You also sang, didn't you, Dylan?
I did.
It's not as bad as it sounds. It was actually much worse.
Trying to visualise this.
Don't. It was like Carry On at the aquarium.
Probably, yeah.
Now, we had this VIP tour behind the scenes, yeah? Who was responsible for selling them?
And me and Grania were selling the VIP.
So you went off, and when you came back, you thought to yourself, oh, good news, I've sold 26, but... You had to sell 15.
Yeah, we had a limit, we could only sell 15.
So then you had to go and unsell them, right?
Yeah, we offered a refund, a full refund for that.
What I can understand is you started off with 26 and then you unsold so many that you only ended up with 14.
Yeah, that would have been my mistake. I wrote down 6 instead of 4 in my book.
Were they happy with this VIP thing, the people, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
People were confused. You lacked charisma. It was really poor.
Okay, everybody happy with Dylan's management on this?
I think it was a difficult task. I think he did very well with it.
You were life and soul of the party.
Thank you.
That's for sure.
So, now, Team Nebula, you were at the famous Waxworks.
That's correct, Luttra. I opted for Jessica to be the sub-team leader. We first agreed that we were going to go with a casino night and that the ticket price should be around the £50 to £55 mark.
65. 65 to start with.
Sorry, okay.
So you changed your mind from 65
yeah, just
down to what?
55. I said I wanted a ceiling of £55.
Sounds like a Petticoat Lane negotiation. Not £65, not £55, not £50, but actually £35. Is that right?
That's what Jessica obviously came up with that price.
Did you know that the prices were tumbling like this?
No, I didn't, and I didn't also know that they were upselling what we were offering. So hot meals were then included at a reduced price.
First of all, the people in there weren't happy with what we were offering. It was a shambles. As soon as we got in there, we managed to rectify anything.
Did you create the shambles then? Did you create confusion when you were there?
Not at all. I think that the main thing was that when we went into that first location, there wasn't much clarity on what was going to be included in their ticket price.
The price comes tumbling down even more, doesn't it?
So I made another clear pricing strategy. They were to be £28 for a full price ticket and £22 for a group of 8.
Right, so now, silly old Lord Sugar here has got to understand £65, £50, £55, £50, down from £50 down to £35, now down from £35 to something like £28 and maybe £22.
Depending if
and then he ended up selling them for £21.
We've done one table for a couple for 21.
Right. 75 tickets you sold.
Yeah, we did sell 75 tickets, but the plan was also... So let me finish, please.
Okay, continue.
Both myself and Francis are really good at organising stuff. So Francis was then put into the sub-team as the sub-team leader, and I pulled Sofian out to work with me.
But you relegated Jessica.
I did, yeah.
You was about to say something.
Sorry. The pricing strategy was £28 and 22. That was your strategy, Paul.
Yeah.
And us three stuck to that strategy.
Excuse me, your own team, your supporting team.
Can you just, 1 minute, please.
Sorry.
Can you finish what you want to say?
Yeah, so if you wanted to charge more for the tickets, you should have had a different pricing strategy and not dropped straight down to £22.
Jessica didn't actually try and sell the tickets at the top price, she just went straight in and bottomed out at 22.
All right, OK, so day 2, Sofian, you were producing some form of canapé of some kind, right?
I was brought into the kitchen and I was showing 5 cucumbers and saying, you know, you've got to produce 100 canapés, and I think they weren't too bad.
OK, so project management, any good?
I think we could have been clearer from the start, but we did rectify things as it went forward.
All right. Let's find out what went on. So, Claude...
So Nebula made sales of £2,085 and 80 pence. However, they had outgoings and refunds which totalled £958, 16 pence, leaving a profit of £1,127, 64 pence.
Karen, your team?
Titans took a total amount of £3,149 and 75 pence, and their outgoings totalled £749 and 9 pence, leaving them a profit of £2,400 and 66 pence.
Well done.
Amazingly, 100% customer satisfaction.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good. You haven't got a record contract, Dylan, have you?
I wouldn't be waiting for that.
All right, well, look, for your treat, you're going to Warwick Castle. You're going to battle it out with each other, sword fighting. So, well done, very well done, and I'll see you on the next task, okay?
Thank you.
Really take it there.
100%
Francis, old habits die hard, right? You are back in the losing team again. I think you know the drill now. Off you go.
I feel like a medieval villain.
Yeah.
I also feel like a plonker.
Can you teach us how to stab each other in the back?
Surely you'd already know that.
I haven't done it yet, but there's still time, Grania. Grania did seem to make a few mistakes and wasn't in control of her own numbers. Obviously, people have made mistakes in the past, and as long as they learn from them mistakes, we should be on for another win next week.
I think now people see me as a valid threat. Everyone needs to remember that there's only one winner.
Team Tigers!
This is what the customers said last night. The reason they did not buy their tickets from Sofian was because you offered a better deal with the food included in the ticket.
Everyone was saying free food and free drinks. That wasn't just me, Paul. And
Well, someone said it. You're in charge. You have to take ownership. You're in charge.
I take ownership for
But
that.
you're in
but
charge,
also,
so if you go into somewhere, you've got to have a strategy.
Instead of getting aggressive and
I'm not
shouting,
getting aggressive, and you can keep going back to the shouting thing. It doesn't come down to anything.
Can I say this whole process? I am not the one who takes my mistakes and owns up to everything.
The sub-team didn't understand really what they were offering. Paul should have gone over to the sub-team and not left me to just deal with it all and pick up the pieces.
No, the price was clear. If you keep saying, oh, actually, it's your fault, We was confused because that's what you're
Can I
saying.
say something?
So say it then. Say it. Because if anything, I'll drag everyone back in front of Lord Sugar, and I will get him to dig it out.
Right, okay. Sophie mentioned the £22 price once, so we dropped the price.
After we looked away, and I said, what do you want to do?
Please, can I speak? No. Stop again. And all of us, all three of us were there, okay? So don't try and pin the blame on me. All three of us were there.
Claude was there. Claude was there, don't worry.
Trisha, come on.
Yeah, we didn't know what was included.
Right,
But we didn't
exactly.
promise.
We didn't know what was included,
Yes,
so
but
why
we
are you
didn't-
lying then?
I didn't say that they were going to get hot food. I didn't say that once.
I'm mad. I'm really mad. I feel really bloody angry about it. Sophia and Trishna aren't taking responsibility for the mistakes that they've made. They're just passing the buck.
The bottom line is, the feedback came in from the first meeting that the tickets at £55 were too high, and we changed the strategy on that. Then we didn't sell enough tickets. That is it. Crux of it. Overall, it's been a big pig's ear. Right now, my faults are that I'm taking the whole team in front of Lord Sugar.
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Yeah, can you call the candidates in, please? Here's the headlines here, okay? £24 was the average price of your tickets compared to £49 average price of the winning team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you, as the project manager, defined the pricing strategy for the tickets, right?
I did.
Yeah.
When they got to the first destination, which was 55, 50 or 45, the guys sold 17 tickets at £35.
Blood sugar. We did go in initially at £55, and then the people who were selling to said, you know, that's quite expensive. You know, really, what you get.
Well, the other team managed to do it,
Of course,
didn't they?
yeah. And in
They walked
hindsight-
away from sales. If they didn't get their minimum price, they didn't sell a ticket.
Okay.
So I'll tell you how it ended up being sold at 35. I'm selling the tickets at 45. 10 minutes later, one member of their staff walk in, they said, we've got a better deal over down the table. They're throwing the food and they're doing them for 35. So I lost half of my group.
No,
Credibility went out the window. It was very disorganised.
Krishna, what are you doing? You're sitting there nice and quiet
No,
now.
I was
Was you
about to
quiet
talk,
there in that first venue? Was you quiet
No,
there?
so I only ever mentioned £45 to everyone I spoke to until I'd come back to the first group that Jessica was then closing the deal with, and I asked her, how much are you selling these tickets for? And she said, go and use your common sense.
No, I didn't
Then
say
I
that. I said
kept,
£35.
you did say, you
How
just said
much
exactly
you
that.
used them
Sorry,
for?
can I just
Of course
finish?
you can.
And then I carried on selling to the same room at
Trishna,
45.
you sold 23 tickets for £535. That, I've just done a quick calculation. That's £23 average.
Yeah, but that was after on the
Will one of you tell me, honestly, what happened?
Can I explain what I think went wrong?
No, I know what's gone wrong. I want to know why it went wrong.
Yeah, and if you just listen to what I was saying, I feel that Jessica has lost confidence in her own product, which led to these guys then losing confidence in their team leader, and that's why it all fell apart in the first place.
Jessica, you never thought that that price was good value, and that kind of affected the
Excuse
whole
me, can I say
performance.
one thing? Sofyan, in the second selling location, Trishna and myself didn't reduce the price. You went
We're
from
not talking about
£22
second
to...
location. We lost
I am
the
talking
staff
about,
from their
just go
first
from Cardiff to the
location.
rest
That's where it all fell apart.
You were
and then
there.
people
You
are the
were there.
ones...
So it fell apart, but you were there.
Now, pushing to aside low ticket sales, you ended up having a flaming row with Jessica in front of the guests, right?
I don't think it was a row.
Really?
No.
Some of the guests thought that they were actually watching a remake of EastEnders. Jessica, you had to give away food to 17 people, right?
Yes.
Because of a miscommunication.
Yes.
Yeah, is that right?
That's right.
Is that basically more or less it?
That's exactly what it was all over. But it went
Do you know the implications of that, do you? It cost your team £117, basically. That was it. You might be interested to know that the refund, due to the poor canapes, 10% of the ticket price imposed, cost you £183 because of the garbage that you served up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and You made those, didn't you? Or you defined... Well, no, you didn't make them, but you ran the budget, being a bit stingy on the budget.
Very little from Paul in that, and at that point, it was literally, I was on a deadline and had very little... You were just sat there...
I don't think so. Don't try and paint this picture like you've done it. We were sitting in the room together and we was going through what we could do because of the restricted budget.
And I was giving suggestions and saying,
and I was working with you.
You've lowered that budget, but I've ended up with a couple of cucumbers. I wasted 3 hours working like a slave, and it still went out there, and it was pathetic.
What you did with your tight purse strings, you allowed £207 to be spent for the so-called food and drink when you had a potential of 100 punters coming in. You're allocating £2 per punter.
I've never claimed to be a chef or anything.
There's a couple of tubs of cream cheese.
I fully, wholeheartedly...
Is it any wonder people
complained?
complained?
Paul was very clear he wanted me with him, and then on the second day, it was clear he wanted me as sub-team leader, and I think that immediately caused tension between myself and Jessica, because he put strong women together, and it's credit to you, Jessica. I think that was hard for you to deal with.
And I solved at the same time. I took it on the chin.
You did, yeah.
Look, basically, my gut feeling was that on the second day there was some more organisation to be done in terms of floor layout. Frances was aware of what the building looked like.
So her relegation or demotion wasn't anything to do with her performance, is that what you're saying?
On the first day, no.
You expect me to believe that, do you?
If you don't want to believe it, don't believe it.
Right? Well, it sounds like a bit of a...
Take it how you want to take it. I'm
taking it as I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I want to know why you demoted her on the second day.
I just made a transition. It's a simple move. It's not...
You didn't explain it to her, though, did you?
I didn't get a chance. She was like...
Of course I was upset.
So I had to move on.
To be fair, Paul, you pretty much shot me down. You were pretty aggressive. You went, well, I don't care. It's my decision. It's my gut feeling.
I didn't even get aggressive.
Very, Paul.
I said, OK. You told me you was pissed off. I said, OK.
Of course I'm going to be annoyed, but do you really expect me to sit there smiling when you've just demoted me and humiliated me?
I've got to make the decision. It's up to me.
Bit of a slap in the face. Listen, you've got to accept it's got to be a bit of a slap in the face, isn't it? I mean, come on. Well, you know, you've got to start thinking about who's coming back in this boardroom.
I'm going to have to bring Jessica back as sub-team leader.
And I made it very clear that we should be selling these tickets for more.
But
you saw I was frustrated.
You also agreed
Paul,
to
who are you
drop the
bringing
price.
back in the boardroom?
I'm going to bring back Jessica, and I'm going to bring back... Frances.
Right. You two go back to the house.
Thanks, Lord Trevor.
You three step outside. He's got anger issues, isn't he, Paul?
The problem with Paul is he cannot disconnect his heart and his head, and everything gets too emotional.
Jessica, have not got a straight answer out of her of what happened from the project manager's £50-odd tickets until she sold 17 tickets for £35.
I think what happened is that she panicked, and I think that for all Sofian saying that he wanted to maintain the price, I think he also panicked.
And Frances, really, I mean, she's been losing teams 7 times out of 8.
They reduced their budget on the canopies so far to 20-odd quid that it ended up costing them over £183 on refunds.
And that, I think, was her call.
Yes, Lord Trigger.
Let's send the 3 of them in, please.
Yes, Lord Trigger.
Lord Trigger will see you now.
Paul, in your CV, you say that you're way too impatient for your own good. You want results quickly.
Look, I'm one of those people that just want to get the job done, which is sometimes comes across like I'm not listening to people, but I am listening to people. I've taken out of the conversation what I need to get from it, and now let's move forward to the next part of the task.
Jessica, unorganised, scatty and forgetful. Worst personal qualities.
I think, to be fair, I can be scatty and organised, but at the same time, I'm very passionate, I'm driven. I've got 3 children I'm trying to support, I've got 2 businesses. I'm willing to give it all because I want to be your business party. I believe I did... Oh, God, I'm sorry, getting all flappy again.
Just calm down a minute, will you? Francis, what have you got to say for yourself?
I think that most people in this process haven't lost it. Obviously, I've lost the most in this process. But a lot of people would have crumbled, losing week after week.
Just
but
relax,
still
Francis. Just relax, okay?
I have made positive contributions on every single one of these tasks. I started a business from £200 and I've done that on my own.
Good, fine. And yet, in this particular task, there was lack of business acumen shown by you.
Yes, I was the one that came up with the canapé recipes and took responsibility for those costings, but nobody else was doing that at all. It was, you know...
Is that right, Paul?
No, we were working on this clearly together, so...
Well, then it's a dual responsibility.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't.
You've put me across on the second day when you knew that would create tension between myself and Jessica.
You agreed with that was what the move was, so
because you are
don't
my
try and
project
keep...
manager, I'm not.
You backtrack and then you try and spin it in your favour.
You said to me, do you want to go over that side? And I said, yes, I am fully comfortable going over that side, but I made this clear, that will create tension.
I think you actually high-fived me and said, that's the decision to make.
That would make tension between myself and Jessica.
OK, tension aside, we're all grown adults and we all need to put these things aside when things happen.
Yeah, and we were professional about that on that day.
So there wasn't any tension.
Yeah, but you should have been over there, Paul.
You know what is upsetting me is that the obvious failure of the task is because of the lack of sales.
If you're going to say categorically that when you put your best salespeople in the sales position, and then because I wasn't in that team, I made an error, well, I don't agree.
Well, I am going to say that. I'm going to say sales here was the first thing that was going to win it. Sell.
All right, let's look at this another way then. Salesperson, salesperson, salesperson. I put the 3 salespeople in the sales team. You're criticising me for it.
You're starting to show your aggression again, Paul, and you don't want to show your aggression to me, I can assure you.
I'm not being aggressive.
No, well, it sounds to me like you are from where I'm sitting this side of the table.
I can assure you I'm not.
Yeah.
I won the first task. I was the project manager, first task straight in. So it's not like I've just been some sort of weirdo who's just lost at every opportunity. I've been really good.
Is that me?
No, sorry. No, I wasn't. No, don't try and twist that. I'm talking about myself here.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've heard enough today and I've got to make a decision. The thing is, Francis, in the last task you went 10 steps forward, you kind of like gone 12 steps back here, as far as I'm concerned. Jessica, obviously there's a certain amount of emotion flying around the boardroom. You know, I'm not that hard-nosed a person to ignore that, really, but then again, this is business. We're talking about business, okay? And Paul, I think that you made a very, very big error in the pricing strategy. And you can't lose your rag every single time that something goes wrong. And you did lose your rag on this task in representing me in front of customers. Jessica, I've got to think about whether you are a potential winner of this process. I haven't seen enough so far to tell me that. But I think I've seen enough in the case of you, Paul, to say that you're fired. Now, ladies, calm yourself down, okay? Just calm yourself down because there's going to be another tough task coming up, okay? Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Okay? This is business, right? Yeah. Okay, go back to the house.
I don't think Lodge has made the right decision, but, you know, he's the one who's got invested £250,000. It's not my money, so throw it after a few dead weights if you want. It's not my business. I'll go back to my day job. I'm just looking forward to seeing my mum.
So guys, who do you think has gone home?
I think personally it'll be Paul. I think he just answered back a lot.
Answered back?
Yeah, I lost his cool quite a bit.
Okay, so tell us all.
We were crying like banshees as we got very emotional in there.
So Paul was shouting, you were crying.
I swear to God, it was horrific.
Yeah. Look at this amount of people. It's just gotten so small so fast.
The heat's on now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Now just 8 candidates remain. Lord Sugar's search for his next business partner continues. Next time.
Good morning. You're going to design a virtual reality game.
So you've got a shell now to squeeze it.
Teams play to win.
What is it?
Is that a badger?
The coral kid.
But lose their heads.
If I tell you I love it, I'm lying to you.
Oh, okay.
And in the boardroom,
There's no imagination here. I don't get it.
game over.
If it was up to you, Super Mario would be better known as Fat Plumber. You're fired.